Mother Nature didn't exactly cooperate yesterday as Defiance and Springfield were supposed to play a district final game at Lima, but Racer Park was underwater. So the question was, where do they play and when do they play? And we found out late yesterday afternoon that Defiance, by virtue of turf and lights, would end up be hosting about 24 hours later. So with all of that said, it's win or go home. It is the 2026 Ohio High School Athletic Association softball district final action as the Defiance Bulldogs, the number 3 seed in the Northwest 2 section, taking on the 4th seed Holland Springfield Blue Devils. Brent Balbinot alongside the coach Alan Mag. Big thank you going out to our pregame sponsor, Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, located on North Clinton Street in downtown Defiance. Check out their great selection of new and used vehicles. You can do so in person on their lot, or as always, anytime, any place at your convenience online at drivebobestill.com. You should have this memorized by now. The next broadcast, I'm going to let you go ahead and make the pitch for them. How's that sound?
I'll just tell you to go buy a car.
And put it on your tab?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Absolutely. In all seriousness, great selection of vehicles at Estill Chevrolet Cadillac. All right, here we go. We got a couple of Cadillacs that are going to be taking the field here this afternoon. Don't let the records fool you, ladies and gentlemen. Both these programs, in particular the coaching staffs, have pushed themselves out of conference, especially very early in the season, not the least of which the Blue Devils played 4 top 10 ranked teams early this season, all in preparation for where they are now. Same could be said for Defiance. Anywhere, any place, anytime. The Bulldogs enter today with a 13-11 overall record, 8-1 in the Western Buckeye League. That's good enough for second place. The Blue Devils at 15-11, 7-8 out of the Northern Lakes League. Doesn't matter here today. You win, and you can make plans to play next week. The loser will have to pack up the gear until next season. All right, we're going to break this one down 11 days from Sunday. But, Alan, first things first. You've had a 24-hour delay. You're going to have to play at a completely different location than you probably had planned for, maybe even practiced for. Now, for Defiance, you got some home cooking here. You get to sleep in your own bed. All you have to do is drive across town. It's not that long of a drive for Springfield, but this is their first time ever here at this facility. Is that a plus? Is that a minus? Or is that a push?
I would say it's a little of an advantage for Defiance. Obviously, you're familiar with everything. You know, Springfield, if they haven't been here, but I'm sure they've played on turf before in the Northern Lakes League. It's a big league, and so I'm sure this isn't going to be unfamiliar for them. And it's just show up and play.
Well, how they have reached here. Again, the Bulldogs entering this afternoon on a 4-game win streak. They knocked off Wapakoneta 7-2 last Thursday in the district semis. On the flip side, the Blue Devils have won 6 of their last 7. They knocked off top-seeded Central Catholic 12-1 in the district semifinals. A lot of people would call that an upset, but again, strength of season. Opposition or opponents preparing you to play, and that's exactly what Springfield did. You go in that dugout down the first base line, and they'll tell you that wasn't an upset at all. We prepared to win that ball game.
Yeah, they're a very experienced team. They've had a lot of success. I know it was a big roster turnover for them, and then that could be some of the record too. And as they continue to play more and more here throughout the year, you know, they just get better and better.
Now, this is a Springfield team that has played for the state championship in 2 of the last 3 years. But as Coach mentioned, a huge turnover, and that's one of the keys that we're going to get to here in just a minute. But I had a chance to reacquaint myself with Coach Rob Guads down in that first base dugout. He's in his 25th season coaching Springfield softball, and he said every team has had to forge their own identity, forge their own story. And he goes, yours is number 25, and he goes, you don't need to chase any ghosts. Last year's team was spectacular. They were 1 game away from a state championship, but he goes, you go out and write your own story. And he said this group has wrapped both arms around that.
Yeah, that's a great approach. Every team is different. Every year is different. You always have a roster turnover in high school athletics. And he just sends a great message to his girls about how to prepare and how to play, and don't try to be last year's team. Go out there and be the best you can be, and good things will happen.
On the flip side, I had a chance to talk with Coach Parrish a little bit, and he said, look, it's another game. He goes, we know what's on the line. He goes, I don't need to give any rah-rah speeches. The team knows what they've got to do if they want to put on the uniform next week. And he said, plus, we get to play at home. He goes, that's a little bit of an extra advantage. But he said, right now, you still have to do the things that you needed to do, even if you were going to be playing down in Lima. The game plan doesn't change.
No, the game plan won't change other than, like you said, the familiarity of being at home, but I don't think that's that big of a deal at this level. You travel all the time, you play different places all the time. So, yeah, his message is going to be the same. Just go out there and be the best Defiance team you can be and, expect good things to happen.
As a broadcaster, it is a big deal for us because we got a press box because it is looking really gray and the wind has picked up. Now, the rain is not scheduled, at least originally, to come through here until later on this afternoon. But, man, looks like Mother Nature is a little hurried up as far as what we're expecting. But right now it is dry. You can see the head coaches shaking hands, exchanging pleasantries, and lineup cards. We're going to take a quick timeout. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues right after this with the keys to the game. Don't go anywhere. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com.
Back at Defiance, there you see the head coaches as well as both teams' captains exchanging lineup cards. A lot of talent on this field right now, but only one winner at the end of 7 innings will punch their ticket to next week's regional semifinals. Let's go ahead and take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Northwest Community College, located in Archibald. Your key to a great career begins with a great education at Northwest State Community College. Let's start with the visitors and the Blue Devils of Springfield. And again, we were talking about it a little bit after that graduation of really 2 of the last 3 teams to get to Akron to play for a state championship. So many teams would basically give their right arm to have traded places for that. I'm thinking of the old Buffalo Bills and, what was it, Lee? I'm trying to think of their head coach when they were playing their 4th Super Bowl. And he said, I only know one way not to win a Super Bowl. Don't play for one. Same thing can be said for a state championship, and they brought home runner-up trophies in each of those times. But with 9 newbies, Coach Guadz just simply said, forge your own journey. You don't need to compare yourself to anybody else. Just be the best versions of yourself. Likewise, clean defense. He said, we don't need to make spectacular plays, but we need to consistently make regular plays. You've sung that song many times.
Yeah, that's the key. Everybody, all the fans get really excited about the spectacular play. Well, if you just make routine plays, the spectacular ones will take care of themselves. And
he used the phrase, make the routine plays routinely. Have you heard that one before?
Yep, those words have come out of my mouth before. So that's just great advice, and it's a way to express to your girls that just do what you know how to do, and you don't have to be spectacular about it.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the keys for Defiance and the Bulldogs. Again, 13-11 overall, 8-1 in the Western Buckeye League. Again, Stake Addie Miller, the young sophomore pitcher, to an early lead if at all possible. Not just she, but everybody, I don't care what roster you're looking at, tends to play a little differently when you can jump out and break the scoreboard first. And then, of course, the second one is just obvious, so we're going to go ahead and mention it. But you got some home cooking. You didn't have to get up early. You slept in your own bed last night. Basically, you were able to stay in routine. I know that doesn't necessarily get you runs or get you outs, but does that play a role mentally, in your opinion?
I think routine does play a role mentally. I always like to be in the same routine. I like games that started at 5 o'clock because that's what you did every day. So yeah, their routine of getting up and coming to the field should help them out.
Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Northwest State Community College. Time now for our national anthem, brought to you by our underwriter, the Defiance County Veterans Office. And the national anthem in the books, courtesy of our underwriter, the Defiance County Veterans Office. Proud and pleased to support local veterans and their families, connecting them with resources that they may qualify for. We're going to take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Baker Schindler Company, proudly serving the local area with the best contracting services and equipment for nearly 100 years. Baker-Schindler.com. We'll have the starting lineups for you right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show on DCTV Sport.
For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Back at Defiance, time to take a look at your starting lineups, brought to you by Baker Schindler Company. Let's start with the visiting Blue Devils of Springfield. Again, 15 and 11 overall, 7 and 8 in the Northern Lakes League. They graduated a senior class of 8 players last year, 4 of which went on to play collegiate ball, and virtually every one of those seniors had a postseason accolade of some kind, multiple kinds in front of many. It's been tough to replace them, but they have done what they've needed to at the tail end of the season. Leading things off, it will be Natalie Slavin. Slavin, again, roaming center field. Slavin's also going to be playing college ball, if I'm not mistaken. She's headed to Ohio Northern. Slavin enters this afternoon's contest with a healthy batting average of .455. She also has 13 RBI, and she's got a couple doubles to go, 6 doubles to go along with a couple triples and 4 stolen bases. She's your prototypical leadoff. Chloe Chapetta. Again, her older sister, Kaylee, was everything last season. As a matter of fact, she was an honorable mention All-Stater, and she has moved on to play college ball as well. Younger sister going to be completing the other half of the battery. Again, Chapetta entering this one, hitting .378. Addie Rapp will be in the circle. Rapp, again, let's go ahead and take a look at her batting average to start, as she is hitting .402 on the season in the 3-hole. Kennedy Shirey will be manning the hot corner, batting cleanup. Andrella Espino will be roaming left field and hitting 5th. Adara Lucio will be at shortstop, hitting 6th. And then the dirty third, the bottom of the order, Cameron Krlovic. Cam, I'm going to have to give you a nickname before the end of this ball game. She bats in the 7-hole at first base. Alex Daney will be at second, batting 8th, and Maddie Fox will be roaming right field and hitting in the 9-hole. Let's take a look defensively at the Defiance Bulldogs, and in particular in the circle, it will be the young sophomore Addie Miller. Miller's stats on the season are as follows. She has an 11-6 record. She has pitched in 18 games. She has tossed 119 2/3 innings, allowed 95 hits, 61 runs, 20 unearned. Now, a lot of that has to do with the cold early season weather that teams north of the Mason-Dixon line have to play in March and even early April. But she's only walked 26 while striking out 111, so better than a 4-to-1 ratio. Opponents hitting just .204 against her. She has a very respectable 2.40 ERA. As the defense looks like this, Sticks, junior Chloe Seiler completes the battery, and she is having a tremendous season. From left to right on the infield, Ruth Green, the junior, at third, Story Krebs at short, sophomore Addie Roth at second, and freshman Aliana Stantz at first, so underclassmen on that right side. From left to right in the green, it's a junior sandwiched in between a pair of seniors. Ellie Ward in left, Natalie Ordway in center, and Bella Rollison in right. Again, Story Krebs, between her and Ruth Green, because those are two players that barely saw the field at all last season. And again, with the exodus of a starter at third early this year, Ruth Green got really pushed into that position. Story Krebs knew she was probably going to be the heir apparent to Ava Cullen, who's now at Ball State at shortstop. But man, that has just been a really solid left side of the infield defensively for Coach Parrish and company.
Yeah, a couple of times we've seen them play. They do a tremendous job over there. They pick everything up. They make good throws, and that just makes Addie Miller's job even easier.
Warm-ups are finished here. Addie Miller about to deal the first pitch to Natalie Slavin. First pitch swinging, high fly ball, fairly deep to center, but the park will hold it. Nice job by Ordway to get a gauge on it. Just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out. Now, that is one of the things that Coach Quads told me. He goes, we're going to be selective, but we're also going to be aggressive. And if the first pitch is in your nitrous zone, he said, you better take a swing at it.
Yeah, I love that approach. Leadoff guy that gets a first pitch fastball, and they take a hack at it.
So here's Chapetta digging in. She takes a strike. Again, the umpiring crew has drawn the following assignments today. He's got the gear on. He's calling balls and strikes. John Barsani, good paisan. Over at first base, Rebecca Cooper, and making all the impartial calls. At third is Terry Holman. As a change of pace, misses upstairs, and it evens the count at 1-1. There you get a good look at the young sophomore hurler, checking out her wristband. They don't have pitch comm here yet, but my guess is it's on the way. So this one, a ground ball, slow roll to third, Green's over. She just makes everything look easy. Great instincts, great mechanics, and as you see there, a very strong arm.
Yeah, very, very smooth, and that's one of the plays you talk about. If she doesn't cut that ball off, it's a really, really tough play for your shortstop. Yep. So your third baseman's got to cut that ball off.
So just like that, 4 pitches, 2 outs, and here is Miller's counterpart, pitcher Addie Rapp. Checks her swing, takes downstairs for ball 1. Addie Rapp, we're going to give her pitching numbers when she takes the circle in the bottom half of this frame, but she's also very adept with the bat, hitting .402 on the season, and a team leading, check that, second best, 25 RBI. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way, upstairs. Looks like she tried to pull a string. I'm not sure if that was a rise or a changeup that got away from her.
Yeah, just stuck on her hand a little bit and was up.
Unlike yesterday when the rain came down for most of the afternoon and both pitchers were going to the rosin bag, had a towel to try and draw off as there's a shot down to first, gobbled up by the freshman Stance, and she kicks the cushion for the unassisted putout. So Springfield makes good contact here in the top of the first, but the defense up to the challenge. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 1/2 inning. Blue Devils nothing. Bulldogs coming to the plate. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit SuperiorCU.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Back at Defiance, 1/2 inning in the books. Finishing her warm-ups in the circle there. It will be the counterpart to Defiance sophomore Addie Miller, as this is senior Addie Rapp. Rapp on the season. A 12-7 overall record. She's tossed 116 innings. She's allowed 82 runs, only 45 earned, so almost half of them technically shouldn't have crossed home plate. She's walked 36 while striking out 139. She's allowed 127 hits on the season, and she is taking over for, as we mentioned, one of the best to ever come through the program, finally graduating last year, Callie Chapetta. Pitched him to the state championship game last season. But at the same time, a lot of talent in that dugout that just didn't see any time on the field last year, and they went through some early growing pains. Coach Quads told me that, but at the same time, he said they've really come into their own when it counts.
Yeah, as you graduate a lot of girls, that tends to be what happened. It doesn't mean that the girls coming in can't play. It just means they didn't get the opportunity to because the people in front of them were so good, and it just takes some time to grow into your spots, and they have obviously done that as the year's gone on here.
So her counterpart will lead things off, Addie Miller. Let's take a look at the Defiance 9. Miller about to dig in as the leadoff hitter, batting .280 on the season. Somewhat of a closed stance, takes upstairs. Bella Rollison roaming right field will bat second. Chloe Seiler sticks. The catcher is having herself a fantastic season, hitting .367 on the year with 4 home runs. Ellie Ward in left as this one's fouled away will hit in the cleanup spot. Freshman Aliana Stance at first will bat 5th. Story Krebs, the shortstop, hitting 6th. Bottom third of the order, Ruth Green at the hot corner bats 7th. Natalie Ordway made a nice catch in center field. It's 8th. And Addie Roth the underclassman second baseman, hitting ninth. There you see a team batting average of .314 on the season as Miller got out on her front foot, fouls this one away, but stays alive. Count stays at 1-2. And we'll set the Blue Devil defense for you after this next pitch as we take a look at Addie Rapp getting a chance to work over the softball. Long look in, kicks back, fires. This one a chopper foul, third base side. And look at that, Coach Josh Schock showing some good hands. Defensively for the Blue Devils, we just mentioned the senior in the circle, Addie Rapp, completing the other half of the battery. It is a sophomore, Chloe Chapetta. Long line of great athletes in the Chapetta family. Anybody that follows Northern Lakes League athletics knows exactly what I'm talking about. As this one fouled back, Miller stays alive. From left to right on the infield, how about this? One junior in between a trio of sophomores. Sophomore Kendry Shirey, at third. Adara Lucio, another sophomore at short. Alex Daney will be your junior second baseman. Cam Kralovic at first base. Ooh, is that one off the front hip? And Miller turns around and just applauds to her teammates. There's a little bit of blue collar.
Yeah, a little bit of toughness right there. Down in the count, whatever it can to get on base.
So from left to right in the outfield, it is a trio of seniors. In left, Andrello Espino, Natalie Slavin in center, and Maddie Fox in right. So the first runner aboard, and here's Bella Rollison. Digging in right in the heart of the box. Rollison hitting .324 on the season. Does have a little bit of pop in the two spot. She's got 3 home runs, a couple of doubles. 1-0 the count. Check swing, takes inside. Outfield pretty much normal play, straight away. And with the exception of Fox in right, everybody a little deep, especially Slavin in center. It's the 2-0. Well, nice job by Chapetta trying to frame up that inside pitch, but they're not getting it in the early going. 3-0. Or is it? Was that a called strike? Yep. Delayed. All right. I really got a hold on John Borsani's calls here. That is strike one. This one is in the cellar. Make it 3-1. Rapp going to slow the tempo down here. Waits to deal the 3-1. There's the strike. I've now got his tempo down.
Yeah, and a lot of umpires have gone to that. You can see him call it so the catcher knows, and then they signal it. They kind of say it back to themselves to make sure they're not.
Payoff pitch. Downstairs, ball 4. So a hit batter and a walk to start off the Defiance first. And here comes Sticks, Chloe Seiler, and they're going to have a chat with her. Chloe Seiler, by my own admission, was just kind of there last year. I don't remember being great, don't remember doing anything, don't remember being bad. She was just there. Well, this year, she's noticeable. She's hitting .367 on the season, including 4 home runs, 29 hits, 15 RBI, and oh yeah, she also has a dozen stolen bases as a catcher. First pitch swinging, boys, she took a heavy cut and comes up empty.
Yeah, good approach. Chance to drive in a run. You got a fastball and took a big hack at it. Just didn't connect.
0-1. Sky's really gray overhead here. She squares the bunt. Fouls this one straight back. Was that on her own, do you think?
It looked like maybe she was trying to bunt for a hit, yeah. Okay.
Now 0-2, you got to be protecting. Again, Coach Guad's told me Rapp is pretty much a 2-pitch mix. She's got a fastball that comes in upper 50s, 57, 58, but she spots all 4 corners, and then she will throw a change, and that's her swing and miss pitch. I asked any junk, any benders, any scroogies, a rise ball, and he goes, nope, fastball changeup. The 1-2. Seiler deep in the box. Rapp deals in the cellar. I was chatting with Chloe Seiler's parents on my way back up, talking to the umpires. She's getting college not only looks, but offers. Siswan just caught a piece of it and fouls it straight back off of Chapetta.
I know the few times that we've had a chance to see her play, she's very aggressive, very athletic, very tough.
And not the prototypical catcher's build, right? At 5'9", she's very wiry. She's incredibly fast. 2-2, off speed. Ground ball up the middle, charging in. Lucio's got it. Only play at first. They get her. But both teammates advance extra stations, and with only one down, now 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, good at bat there by Chloe. Got down in the count, shortened up, get a ball in play, move people up. Now you got a chance to get a couple.
Ellie Ward will dig in, cleanup hitter. And with the infield back, I know it's early, but Springfield looks like they're willing to surrender a run for an out here in the bottom of the first. So if you're Ellie Ward, just make contact. Ward digs in from the right side, hitting .321 on the season. Couldn't hold up. Strike one. Well, golden opportunity here for Defiance. 2 aboard with less than 1 out, both in scoring position. They are playing Ward to go opposite. Outfield has really shifted over. This one fouled straight back. A wrap ahead in the count now, 0-2. Well, again, either the scout's on or depending on where your pitcher also deals. But, boy, Natalie Slavin is in right center and Fox well over in right.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're going to try to work away and expect that ball to hit that way.
0-2 upstairs. Even Espino in left. I mean, she's way off the line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No score here, bottom of the first, but Defiance threatening. Downstairs, and she did a nice job to dip the barrel of the bat down and catch a piece of it to stay alive.
Yeah, keep fighting, staying alive, getting another opportunity here. Just got to shorten up and put a ball in play and try to get a run across now.
There's where we saw Rapp change some speed there. Got her a little bit out on her front foot. Ward staying deep in the box. Ball 2. Boy, we are down the third base line, so we can see upstairs and downstairs. Inside and out, not so much. I was wondering where that was. You kind of did too, but clearly it's a ball.
Had to be out.
2-2 on the way. 3-2, and Rapp wanted that one. She hugs her fist and her glove really close to her chest, a deep sigh there. She wanted one of the last 2 and didn't get either, and now the count is full. Miller at third, Rollison at second. Ward looking for a 3-2 delivery. Popped up, right side, playable in foul territory. Gralovic squeezes, and that is a huge second out.
Yeah, nice job there by Rupp to continue to battle and got the pop up, and now you're just a pitch away from getting out of this with no damage.
So it's going to take a 2-out hit from freshman Aliana Stantz. Digging in from the right side. Stantz, just a freshman, hitting .317 on the season. Rapp deals. There's a strike. Stantz on the season. Just 3 RBI. Now, she has been bumped up in the lineup here, now batting 5th. That's low. How often do you hear coaches say we had a chance early and then we didn't take advantage of it, and then a pitcher settles down?
Yeah, you definitely, when you get opportunities in a district final game, you got to take advantage.
1-1. Low and away. Tell you what, though, I'm watching Rapp and just composure. Now, you would expect that, obviously, out of a senior. But she does what she needs to kind of slow herself down, slow the game down.
Yeah, she does a nice job of staying within herself and not getting too excited or worked up.
Yep. Now to 3-1 count. Here comes the sophomore catcher, Chloe Chapetta. Have a chat a little bit. Is this just to calm your pitcher down? Is this a second sign indicator? What's that meeting about?
Probably just going out to just relax her and maybe, getting a little communication from the dugout that you don't necessarily have to give in right here.
Sure.
You still have a base open.
Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. She really pulled a string on that one.
Yeah, there's that changeup that they were calling her out pitch, and
that was dirty.
Wouldn't be surprised if you see it again here, maybe even out of the zone, and see if you can use her aggressiveness against her.
Stance digs in. Payoff pitch. 2 outs here, bottom of the first. Got her swinging. A West Banco strikeout will end the Defiance thread here in the bottom of the first. No runs on no hits, no errors. Bulldogs leave a pair aboard, both in scoring position. We'll head to the top of the second. All goose eggs through 1. You're watching girls district softball playoff action on DCTV Sports.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
Top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors for Springfield. No runs, no hits, no errors for Defiance. As sophomore pitcher Addie Miller back in the circle for the hosts. Oh, dirty changeup, and that's a strike to the leadoff hitter, Kennedy Shirey. Shirey tried to stay in her shoes, but that one, almost like that Bugs Bunny cartoon that you talked about, 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. She just couldn't hold up. 0-1. That should make that fastball look a little bit tighter, but this one's off the mark, and it evens things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield straight away. I will say normal play depth with the exception of Ordway, who's a bit more shallow in center field. Off speed there, got her out on her front foot again. So we've seen 2 versions of Addie Miller's changeup, dirty and dirtier. And I don't think Shirey wants to see another.
Yeah, really good looking change, and gets her out on her front foot. And
Miller brings the heat, but it's outside. It was a 1-2-3 inning for the sophomore hurler to start off the ball game. Defiance in the bottom of their frame put 2 aboard, got them both to second and third, but unable to bring anybody home. That one bowled across home plate. And just like that, it's now a full count. Boy, Miller walks halfway to second base, gets into communication with the dugout, and then toes the rubber. Payoff pitch on the way. Chopper to short, gobbled up by Krebs. She is smooth.
Yeah, very nice play. Come and got that easy hop and makes a throw right on the money.
And again, if you're used to it like you are Defiance, or maybe even to a certain degree a lot of the other WBL competition, you know you're going to get a true hop on this field. There are no bad ones. This turf plays perfectly. And it does play a little faster than obviously natural grass or dirt. And that's what usually, at least through the early parts of a game, is the adjustment that the opposition has to make.
Yeah, it definitely gets on you faster with coming off the turf than it would a natural surface. But again, I'm sure
that's why you take infield.
You take infield, and everybody's had the opportunity to play on turf anymore. So
here's Espino digging in, batting a robust 383 out of the 5-hole. We've talked about how that 5-hole is such great insurance for your cleanup hitter. She looks like just that as she digs in left side. Late decision to swing there. That ball was almost in the mid of Chloe Seiler before she pulled the trigger, and it's now 1-2. Miller's routine is the same after every pitch comes back to her. Change up here, gets dirty. She'll take the ball, turns her back, walks about 7 or 8 steps, roughly halfway to second, takes the peek into the dugout, and then calmly strolls to the rubber. Deep breath. 2-2 on the way. Got her swinging. West Banco strikeout for the first of the afternoon for the sophomore hurler. And there's 2 down.
Now to the plate, the shortstop, number 6.
It's still too early, but tell me if you agree, this kind of has the feel of yesterday's Division 7 game between Ayersville and Hilltop.
Yeah, very good pitching matchup so far, and maybe the first team to blink here a little bit. So
first pitch swinging, Lucio sends a routine ground ball to third, and for the second straight inning, Stance makes an unassisted putout. It's another 1-2-3 frame. No hits, no errors, nobody left the board. 1.5 in the books, no score. We'll have the bottom of the frame when we come back. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
Bottom of the second. Brings up 6, 7, and 8 for the Defiance Bulldogs. Shortstop Story Krebs will lead it off. Ruth Green on deck. Natalie Ordway in the hole. They'll take their first cuts of the afternoon against Blue Devils hurler Addie Rapp. Rapp got herself in some trouble early. She hit the leadoff hitter, Addie Miller, then walked Bella Rollison. Both advanced to station after a ground out by Chloe Seiler. But they were both left stranded in scoring position. So goose eggs here as we head to the bottom of the frame, and Krebs first pitch swinging inside out and fouls it away. Krebs hitting a respectable .301 in the 6 hole. We talk about insurance in that 5 hole. She's the same thing in the 6. Got out on her front foot there, and there's that nasty changeup that Coach Quads was telling me that Addie Rapp can throw anytime she wants.
Yeah, you can tell that's definitely her go-to pitch when she feels she needs a swing and a miss or an out.
The 0-2, Krebs with that very tight but yet open stance. It's one thing to be open but wide. She's open and closed. Break her mechanics down for us.
Well, again, a stance is just what you're comfortable with. And she obviously feels this is the best way that she can see, the best way that she can get to her hands. So it's not so much where you start as it is where you finish.
Yep. The 1-2 here. This one, a liner into center field. It gets down for the first hit of the afternoon for the hosts. And for the second straight inning, the Bulldogs have their leadoff hitter aboard. That's a good piece of 2-strike hitting.
Yeah, it took some off her swing and just tried to put a ball in play, and a nice little line drive into center field to get the Dogs rolling.
So here's Ruth Green. Quiet confidence. She digs in. How about this? In the 7 hole, hitting .343. Takes a strike here. Green's one of those. She's not flashy. She doesn't talk a lot. And yet, you see the results of her play on the field.
Yeah,
This chopper to third, a look to third. This is going to be a long throw, and it pulls the first baseman off. Shirey originally wanted to go to second, then decided the better of it, and it was just enough for Green to leg it out.
Yeah, that hesitation right there cost her. I think once you get that slow roller, your instincts have to take over and go to first base.
You have to call it an infield
that's a
hit, don't you?
That's it. I think she's beating that out, whether she pulls her off the bag or not.
So, much like last inning, first 2 aboard here. And now Natalie Ordway will dig in. Ordway hitting a $133. Right now, if you just put your bat on the ball and advance the runners, that's considered a quality at bat.
Yeah, definitely. Get them moved over and let your teammates pick you up.
Shirey really coming down the line at third. She got out on her front foot on another changeup and chops it foul into the dirt. See if Shirey stays back. A lot of youth on the Springfield roster. As a matter of fact, 3 sophomores on the infield alone. Rapp sets, deals. There's a strike. So 1-2.
Now if you're Rapp, you just want to see if you can get one yourself here. Break out your best pitch and see if you can get a strikeout.
1-2. Rapp deals this one, foul. That almost worked its way into the press box. And I have taken out the windows today to give us an unfettered view of the field. So you got to stay on your toes now. 1-2, we'll do it again. Drop the barrel down. Tell you what, Rapp is starting to hit her spots a bit more now here in the second inning.
Yeah, she's hitting her spots, and the Defiance hitters are doing a nice job of battling and just not being easy outs.
1-2. Rapp rocks, fires. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Ordway couldn't commit. She's shaking her head. That's a backwards K for the first out here in the Defiance second, a West Banco strikeout. Bottom of the order, sophomore second baseman Addison Roth digging in. Roth hitting 280 in the 9-hole. She had a good rip there. I'm not sure if that was a rise or just more of a center cut fastball that maybe caught more of the plate than Rapp would have cared to, but she got away with one.
Yeah, a little bit of late movement. We've talked before how much that matters.
And we'll see if that's the best pitch that Roth sees in this at bat. High and outside there. And I believe Coach Schock is asking for time in the third base box, and he's going to go down and have a chat with Addie Roth. Any idea what he saw there? What's the instruction here?
Maybe just just remember what your job is here. Stay within, and I don't know if they're talking about maybe what she should be seeing, what she's thinking, and maybe had something in his head that he's like, I just want to make sure she understands that we're on the same page here.
This is where you're looking for a location rather than anything else, aren't you?
I think so. Be able to stay back and hit that change up.
This is where you have to be confident hitting with a strike or possibly even two.
Yeah.
1-1. Did she show bunt? She takes a strike.
Yeah, showed bunt and pulled it back.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe that's something they wanted to see what the defense was doing and put something on here behind it now.
Get them to tip. All right, now down in the count 1-2 at the top of the order. Miller standing in the on-deck circle. Second straight inning, the Bulldogs have put 2 aboard. And time being asked for. Rapp will step off. You're not going to rush Addie Rapp. She's a senior, and she certainly looks like she's in command out there. Ooh, this one short hop Chapetta in the dirt. Nice dirt ball read by both base runners, and they advance station to station on the wild pitch.
Yeah, nice read on that ball down. They got 2 runners in scoring position with 2 strikes. You just got to slap a ball in play here.
Yep. And again, the infield back for Springfield, so they are willing to trade a run for an out this early in the ball game. Question is, can they get it done? Ground ball up the middle. It gets through. 1 run is home. They'll go ahead and wave green around third. She will score. The 9-hole and sophomore Addie Roth with 2 strikes punches one up the middle for 2 RBI.
Yeah, great at bat right there. Got down in the count, fouled a couple of pitches off, got back, and really stung that ball up the middle.
So they put 2 aboard in the last frame. Couldn't bring anybody home. They put 2 aboard in this one, and they get the 2-strike hit by Addie Roth to break the scoreboard first. Now we'll have a meeting in the circle. Coach Quad's going out to calm his crew down. Coach Guad's picking up his 500th win in his career. I believe it was earlier this season. I was doing a double check, and I was thinking, did I miscount it? Was it last year? But I believe it was this year.
Yeah,
it's been around for 25 years.
That's a great accomplishment. Anybody that can coach for that long, it's grueling. It's a lot. To win 500 games, just a wonderful accomplishment.
Well, and he even gave his squad credit, especially this year's group, after having so many new faces after last year's state championship qualifier. As Miller first pitch swinging, fairly deep to center field, but playable. Slavin has her positioned perfectly and hauls it in for out number 2. And he just flat out said, they keep me young.
Yeah, you'll have teams like that, and then as you stay active and you feel enjoy being around it, it just makes it that much more enjoyable.
Yep.
And it helps when you've had the success that he's had.
Sure. They also
That makes
think
it
you know
easy.
what you're talking about,
Yeah.
right? Listen to me. I know best. 2 down. Here's Rollison digging in. Takes inside. Well, I asked him, I said, so when you graduate 8 quality players, everybody had a postseason accolade, if not 2 or 3 in front of their names last season. I said, who becomes your leader now? And I said, who's your alpha? If you were late to practice or weren't around at all, she'd step up. As this one, a chopper deep in the hole at short, backhanded knockdown by Lucio. She keeps it in front of her, and it will go down as an infield single. That would have been a tough play even if she'd fielded that. She was deep in the hole and moving towards the third base side. She did a good job just to keep it on the brown.
Yeah, that's a really tough play right there as you're going to that deep into that backhand side right there. Just, like you said, a good job in knocking that down and keeping that runner at second base.
So the line keeps moving, and here's Sticks. Chloe Seiler digging in. First pitch swinging, comes up empty. Finishing up that thought, though, I said, who's your alpha? Who would lead practice? And the team would listen. Obviously, it's one thing to be vocal, but everybody else has to buy you as a leader. And he said, without question, center fielder Natalie Slavin. And she's going to Ohio Northern next year. This one misses upstairs. By the same token, I said, who's your joker? I never use the word clown because that sounds like you're unfocused and you're a distraction. But if somebody's going to crack a joke or loosen up things, and he said, oh, without question, Kennedy Shirey, young sophomore third baseman. This one popped up. Shiver's going to have a chance. Nope, she's going to give way. Coming over and nicely played by Lucio, the shortstop, as she makes the catch in foul territory. That will do it for Springfield here for Defiance here in the bottom of the second, but not before the Bulldogs come up with 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard. Addie Miller will have the lead as we head to the top of the third. Don't you go anywhere. We're back with more right after this on DCTV Sport.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur. Call us today.
Westbanco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused Westbanco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Gray skies passing through. It looks, as I look off to what would be the northwest here, things are lightening up a little bit. Lights are on here, and that's why they're playing here today, 24 hours later than anticipated. They were supposed to play this game yesterday afternoon down at Racer Park in Lima. It was underwater. So they bump it back to a Sunday. They've got turf, they've got lights. Basically, they have a college facility here at Defiance. And Springfield making the trip over here as we've got Division III district final action. Winner advances to next week's regional semifinals. Addie Miller will take the circle here in the top of the third with something she hasn't enjoyed so far this afternoon. The lead. Team getting her a couple on 4 hits in the bottom half of the last frame. Top of the third brings up the bottom of the order for the Blue Devils. Cameron Kralovic, the third baseman, will lead things off. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. Alex Daney on deck and Maddie Fox in the hole. Kralovic hitting .240 entering this afternoon's contest. Miller peers in, delivers. There's that dirty changeup and just off the mark.
Yeah, it must have been outside,
Yep.
but a pretty good pitch. She had her off balance right there and just missed.
That thing is nasty. 1-1. Brings the heat there, and all of a sudden, that makes mid-50s look more like mid-60s, doesn't it?
Yeah, when you have a good changeup, it just really helps your fastball, and then you can pitch off of that.
Miller checks her wristband, gets the target from Seiler. Misses low and inside. Kralovic, part of that aggressive but selective philosophy that Coach Guads was talking to me about during the pregame.
Yeah, they're definitely sticking with that, being aggressive early.
2-2 way upstairs, and that's really her first true miss. You see her force a smile.
Yeah, now you just can't try to overcorrect that
No.
and bounce one. So you just realize that you missed and make an adjustment. And
Payoff pitch on the way with the grip, and she misses high. First runner aboard for the Blue Devils here, coming in the top of the third, a leadoff walk. Now we'll see what Coach Quads wants to do with Alex Danny. Danny hitting .216 coming into today's contest. Infield is back. They do have a force at second on a ground ball up the middle. We'll wait and see. Krebs really deep at short. Busting inside, and there's a strike. Home plate umpire John Borsani raises his right fist. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. She not only changed speeds in those first two pitches, she changed eye level.
yeah, that's a good job of mixing and matching and up and down and in and out and changing speeds.
0-2. There it is. Soft liner to pitcher. Throw over to first, and they double her up. That dirty changeup was just a little floater back to the circle. Miller handled it, and then to her credit, didn't rush. Squared up, put everything into it, and made a fine throw to first for the twin killing.
Yeah, great awareness there by Addie Miller to catch the line drive and then turn and throw. Caught the runner leaning a little bit.
So just like that, the base is empty with two down for Maddie Fox. Fox hitting .214 out of the 9 hole. She's as deep as you can get in that right-hander's hitter's box. Matter of fact, that back foot on the chalk. So she's not going up guessing. She's probably hunting fastball. She takes a big rip there and comes up empty. Miller. This routine is almost like watching my grandfather back his pickup into the driveway. Very deliberate. This one well struck. Deep into center field and off the base of the wall. Rounding first, Fox. It's going to be a close play at second. She doesn't slide, and she just beats the tag. 2-out double by Maddie Fox, and the inning's not over yet here for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, good swing right there. Really put a charge in that, and a great job of playing that ball off the fence and getting it in.
Natalie Ordway got on that thing in a hurry, and she showed how strong her arm is. And Fox short-stepped the bag. That was a much closer play. But here we go, tying run to the plate now in the person of Natalie Slavin. Swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of that one. Slavin 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Natalie Ordway covers a lot of territory in center field. 0-1, change up. This one a liner into left and right at Ward. She hauls it in, and that will do it for Springfield here in the top of the third. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left aboard. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Defiance 2, Springfield nothing. You're watching DCTV Sports.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Very close.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Back at Defiance, we head to the bottom of the third. Seems like everybody in the press box is just a little slow, kind of maybe a late night into an early morning. But to tell you what, this game, if this doesn't get your competitive juices going, then I don't know what will. It's been a pitcher's duel, but Defiance broke the scoreboard first just a frame ago. 2 hits on 4 runs. We'll see what they can do here with 4, 5, and 6 scheduled to take their second cuts of the ball game against senior starter Addie Rapp. Ellie Ward will lead it off. Aliana Stance on deck, and Story Krebs in the hole. Rapp toes the rubber. Leans back and fires. Whoa, she slipped. And is she okay? Oh, boy. And she's to a knee, and now she's down. And we're hoping she's okay. And this place has become deathly quiet. Well, we see Jake, the Defiance trainer, out there. He's going to ask her how she's doing. And she's going to slowly check and make sure everything's attached where it needs to be. Maybe take a little bit of a stroll here. There is a little bit of a divot right in front, probably, about a foot or so in front of the rubber. But it looked like, did she catch the tail end of that, or did she just lose her footing altogether?
Well, you see both spots. There's a spot about a foot, and then there's a spot right at the front of the circle where they land. It's kind of, in those spots, they get worn out. And
Yep.
It looked like maybe she slipped or.
She's going to try a couple test pitches here. Whew. Well, you heard the glove pop. And she's showing some toughness. She's saying, all right, I'm good.
She's in some pain, but she's going to tough this out. And I don't think you'd expect anything else.
No. Well, again, that divot, for those that maybe are unfamiliar, if you can't quite see it, I don't know if we got a different camera angle. It's not where the foot lands, the lead foot lands, but it's where the back foot trails.
Drags,
yep. And so it kind of drags, and after a lot of wear, it's become a little bit of a divot there. But Rapp looking like one tough cookie, and she's going to get back to action. This one misses downstairs. 2-0 the count. And here over our crowd mic, you can hear the difference between softball and baseball.
A lot of cheers, a lot of chants.
Baseball has chatter. Softball has chants. 2-0. Fouled away. That is what they call an ugly finder right into Springfield's dugout. Apparently everybody all right. 2-1. Stan's still fidgeting just a little. Pardon me, Rapp's still fidgeting just a little bit. The ankle might still be a little sensitive as this one's found back. And most trainers will tell you, too, try and keep it loose, keep it iced, because if you sit, that's when it tends to swell. Right, that's when it tends to stiffen up.
And that's when it becomes a problem.
Yep. 2-2. She pulls a string. And the count full to Ellie Ward. See what the payoff comes here. You got to figure Rapp's going to deal a heater. This one, a little liner, and just eyes past Lucio and into center field for a leadoff single. How about this? Every inning so far, Bulldogs' leadoff batter has reached.
Yeah, they're threatened in every inning. And
now to the plate, the first baseman, number 23, Aliana Stantz.
So here's Aliana Stantz, the freshman first baseman, and Coach Quads is coming out. And is he going to ask for the softball? I think he is. And it's going to be handed over to Shirey. So Kennedy Shirey is the only other pitcher of record so far on the season for the Blue Devils, just a sophomore. She's tossed 55 innings. She's allowed 34 runs, 56 runs, 34 of them earned. 11 walks to 55 strikeouts, so a 5-to-1 ratio. She's 3-4 on the season. And this might be a straight swap defensively. I think Rapp's going to go to third.
Rapp just headed over to third base.
Okay. Well, we've got a call to the bullpen, so what we'll do is take a quick break and let Shirey finish her warm-up. So 2-0 our score here, bottom of the third. Defiance with the lead, with the leadoff hitter aboard here in the bottom of the third with nobody down. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
So Kennedy Shirey grabs the mask. We are hoping the best here for Addie Rapp, but Coach Quads saw something, and Rapp will move to third, Shirey to the circle. Rapp's face is flush, Alan. I mean, she's setting up right in front of us here, and I think she's a tough cookie. She's going to stay in, but clearly I don't think she's 100% right now.
Yeah, she's a little banged up, but she's going to stay in and fight it out.
You got to have your best athletes on the field, right? So Shirey deals to Aliana Stantz, the freshman first baseman, takes a strike.
And this is a totally different look on the mound for Springfield.
Completely.
Too. She's very tall, long.
Trying to see where her release point is. She's long-armed, long-legged. This one fouled straight back. She looks like she holds on to the ball a little longer. That release point is out in front of her. When you talk about a fraction of a second to decide if you're a hitter, you're going to have to be a little bit quicker, it looks like, against Shirey.
Yeah. She's out in front a little bit further than Rupp was.
Cut your reaction time down by just that much more. Is this one low? Well, I kind of mentioned Coach Quads talking to me about who their alpha is, the team leader, if the coaches aren't there. He said, without question, Natalie Slavin, the senior center fielder, who's going to Ohio Northern. I said, how about the jokester? Who will lighten things up, kind of create a little bit of a loose mood? As this one popped up right side, gets out of play on the mezzanine. Count remains 1-2 strikes, and he goes, without question, he goes, Kennedy Shirey. And he goes, Kennedy Shirey is just one of those characters. And he said, I've been doing this 25 years. And he goes, that phrase has come into my vocabulary more than I realized it. He said, Kennedy Shirey will tell the other team, or pardon me, tell the rest of her teammates. As the 1-2 popped up, right side, foul territory, Park won't hold it. He said, just when things might be a little awkward or there's long pauses, he said, Kennedy Shirey will tell her teammates, hey, guys, now remember, Coach Quad's been doing this for 25 years. So she apparently has the green light to rib him a little bit.
There you go. You always got to have those, and that's the way they do it.
1-2. I'm not sure if that's a changeup or some type of drop ball, but we've seen that one just kind of worm burn across home plate now. She doesn't quite have a feel for whatever that pitch is yet. Two and two. Shirey rocks, fires. Got her swinging on a rise ball above the letters. Strike three, and that's a West Banco strikeout.
Good job setting her up right there.
Yep.
Up and down. And
Shortstop, number 7, Story Krebs.
So one down. Here's Krebs digging in. It's easy to be a Story Krebs fan. Just what she had laid out in front of her this season. She fouls this one straight back. Did you have the headset on the day she pitched?
No.
Okay, it might have been Scoop Miller. I mean, she's just whatever they need, she does. And she's quiet. Tried to loosen her up and see what kind of makes the kid tick, but she's a little quiet around me, and I know she's not normally that way. This one scoots her off the plate.
Yeah, I just like how she plays. She plays hard. She plays with a lot of energy.
Well, she's just technically sound. I mean, you see her at short. And she also swings a pretty decent bat as well. Comes in with a 301 average entering this afternoon's contest. Off speed, this one's deep to left field. Espino going back and tracks it down, making a nice running catch. Boy, Story Krebs gave it a ride, but comes up short.
Yeah, good swing right there, and a nice job tracking that ball down out there in left field.
Now to the plate, the third baseman,
Espino.
Ruth Green.
And what I like, too, there is no reaction.
No.
Made the catch like I expected to do it.
Yep.
Don't need to pump my fist or beat my chest. Get it back on the infield and let's go. So here's Ruth Green digging in. I asked Coach Parrish down on the field as they were getting ready to take starting lineups to home plate. I said, who's your most improved player this year? Whether it was from last year to this year, or the start of this season to now. And Coach Schock came over kind of with an earshot because he heard me ask it. As this one a ground ball to short, gobbled up neatly, and the unassisted put out by Lucio at short. I'll save that story for the next inning. So score unassisted 6 on the fielder's choice, but that will retire Ruth Green, and with her, the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the third. So they threaten, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left aboard, but nobody crosses home plate. Our score remains Bulldogs 2, Blue Devils nothing. Top of the fourth. When we come back, you're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit SuperiorCU.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
A little 80s rap going today. I guess it just depends on who's running the PA system, but this is kind of like a walk down memory lane, baby. You were styling back then probably in the 80s, weren't you?
Yeah.
Always had 4 or 5 collars all popped up as you walk down the street. Guessing probably like a black leather alligator print jacket.
Yeah, and when I'd have been, depending on when the 80s it was, I'd have been about 6.
Ahead of your time. All right, here we go. Addie Miller. Digging in, she'll deal to 2, 3, and 4. Chapetta, Rapp, and Shirey. Chapetta, again, comes from a long line of very talented athletes in the Springfield School District. As this one popped up, just foul, right side. She's down in the count 0-2.
She hit that ball right off the turf.
Yep. She needed a 5-iron.
Yeah.
So 0-2. Miller with a big smile to Ruth Green. Is this where you see one of those dirty versions of her changeup?
You might go even lower with something here.
The 0-2 on the way. Upstairs, this one tomahawked to short. Krebs on it. Woo! And a nice stretch by Stantz. That ball started to tail. Man, there's so much talent on this infield.
Yeah.
1 away.
Nice throw, set her feet, and made a really, really good throw across the infield.
So here's Addie Rapp. Digs in after slipping early last inning in the circle and being moved to third. We'll see how, if at all, it affects her at the plate. Rapp 0 for 1. Grounded out to first to end the first. This one misses upstairs. Next week here on DCTV Sports, we have a very full week of postseason baseball and softball. And we will not be able to get over to Tiffin in time for Defiance baseball at Paradiso Park. That's an early afternoon first pitch. I believe it's at 3. We will be at Findlay on Wednesday for Division 7 softball. Ayersville and Edgerton, an all-GMC affair for the sectional semifinals. So 3-0 on the way. Inside, ball 4. Good eye by Addie Rapp, and a 1-out walk gives the Blue Devils their second base runner of the afternoon. Then Thursday, we will be right back here, but across the mezzanine as we anticipate a Tenora Fairview district final action, another all-GMC matchup. Regular season. As a matter of fact, you were on the headset with me that day when Tenora upset Fairview.
Yeah.
There'll be a rematch, except this time to keep the season going. Then depending on how Ayersville does on Wednesday night, we may be back down in Findlay again. We'll wait and see. If that plays out, it would be a rematch of last year's regional final between Ayersville and you would think Mohawk being the heavy favorite out of the other bracket there. Ayersville coming into the final week of the regular season ranked 4th in Division 7. Mohawk ranked number 2.
Yeah, as we talked yesterday, that's a loaded regional down there.
4 of your top 10 teams were coming out of that region. It's insane. Kennedy Shirey digs in. Kind of Jeff Bagwell-esque, right in the heart of the plate. Deep squat. How do you get a good load out of that type of a stance as Brooklyn Barsowitz is going to call time and come out to the circle here with a 1-1 count? And what does she see? Chloe Seiler, the catcher, is going to come out and have a chat too. Any idea what the meeting is about here?
Maybe just something just really quick to talk about, if she saw maybe she's speeding something up or not just off-centered here a little bit. Just get her back focused, and there you see Addie kind of like leaning over, and maybe she's hopping back. Maybe she saw something.
And Addie seems to be aware of it. Now, this is, again, where you have an upperclassman catcher who's basically the first backstop. And Addie has talked about this on a couple of interviews we've done with her. You can throw pretty much anything you want, and you know that Seiler's going to keep it in front of her. The 1-1. Miller deals here, and whatever the convo was that a rise ball?
Yeah.
Up around the letters, foul back.
Up and
had a little bit of giddy up on it.
yeah.
Wait a minute, is it 1-2 or 2-1? This one.
Got her.
Notched her. Tying run put aboard with the hit batter. So a 1-out walk and now a 1-out hit batter puts the tying run aboard here in the Springfield fourth. That'll bring up Andrella Espino, left fielder, 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Lefty digging in. She doesn't set up like a typical slap hitter, but again, deep in the box, plant foot on the back chalk, choking up, and she takes a hack at it.
Yeah, she does. Takes a big hack. A lot of times with lefties that start back that far, you'll see that they try to do that little slap. She's not back there to do that.
It's just such a learned skill. The 0-2 brought a changeup, but it floats upstairs. Talking with slap hitters from various teams that we've covered this season. Aubrey Limber from Ayersville. Story Krebs. As a swing and a miss here. Boy, that was short work. A West Banco strikeout, and there's 2 down. And all of them say the same thing. As a natural right-hander, it is so uncomfortable. It is a learned, and almost always by repetition, skill set to have to switch over to the opposite side, and instead of taking a full swing, just trying to punch the ball and then leg it out.
Yeah, as I've said here, watched more and more softball and called more and more softball, it's something that it's got to be difficult because not only are you, a couple of those that are naturally righties switching sides, you're running towards the pitcher a little bit. So
there's nothing standard.
It's gauging the speed of the ball even differently.
It breaks every rule that you're taught as you're growing up as far as fundamentals. This one misses low and inside. Lucio. Oh, did he call that a strike? I got out in front of myself again here. Got to hold off. Lucio. That's a good Italian last name. Gritty shortstop. Pops this one foul. So I was walking out of the dugout, finished my talk with Coach Guads. She was on her knees in front of the water cooler, running water down her forearm. And I said, what happened? She turns around. She had a giant rug burn. When they were taking, I guess, infield or warming up, she dove, and she got good raspberry down her forearm. It told me, you know what? Here's a kid that likes to play. Ground ball to first. Stance has it. She's gotten some work there, and she's been more than up to the task this afternoon. Her 3rd unassisted putout, and that will end the Blue Devils' threat here in the top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Pair left aboard. We will head to the bottom of the frame. 2 runs have held up so far. Bulldogs 2, Blue Devils nothing. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
Back at Defiance, Kennedy Shirey is going to finish her first full innings worth of work with the last of her warm-ups here. She came in a frame ago after Addie Rapp slipped in the circle. And Rob Guads knows his athletes, and he didn't like what he saw. Rapp stayed in the game, but just didn't quite look the same, so they flipped positions. Shirey goes from 3rd to the circle, and Rapp takes her place at the hot corner.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth.
For the Bulldogs, it'll be 8-9, and then the leadoff hitter, Natalie Ordway, Addison Roth, and Addie Miller. Ordway 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. First pitch swinging. Is that a fair ball? Just foul. I was looking at both umpires here, and it was the home plate umpire that made the call, and that didn't miss by much. Whew.
Yeah, kind of a block view there for us, but
Yep.
that had to be close.
So nothing more than a strike. And Shire's going to take a little time, go to the rosin bag. Leans in. Deals. Popped up. And this might bounce off our roof of the press box. Nope, it clears it. She's been out in front of her now on 2 swings. And when I say out in front, I mean early. And she's down the count 0-2.
Yeah, as a pitcher, you can use that. Maybe go something soft away and see if you can't get a swing and a miss.
Shirey rocks, fires. Got her looking on the outside corner, and Ordway knew it. Well, that's just carving up a batter.
Yeah, that's pitching right there. Like I said, she went away right there and got her looking.
So West Banco strikeout to open up the Defiance fourth, as here's Addie Roth. 1 for 1 with a double and 2 RBI. Came up with a 2-strike hit back in the second inning to produce the only offense for either team. Roth open stance. Shirey deals. Fastball popped up. Is it playable? It is not. Well, the winner of this contest, 24 hours later than originally scheduled, keeps their season alive. They will move on to next Wednesday at Newton Local High School. That's going to be a 2 o'clock first pitch in the regional semifinals as they will take on Western Brown. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Class hasn't even let out by then. 0-1. Ooh, as that one short hops Chapetta, and that bounces right up into the stomach of home plate umpire John Borsani. She turns around, and I'm assuming she's saying, hey, sorry about that.
Yeah, he gave her a nod.
Yep.
That's why they got gear on, too.
1-1. I got a catcher story to tell you off the air, but my goodness. Catchers and umpires' relationships, let's just say they ride the roller coaster of emotion. 2-1 the count here to Roth. She'll dig back in. I don't know what the cawing is, where that came from. It's not a chant, it's just bird calling.
Yes.
3-1.
There it is again.
I believe that is the yellow-bellied sapsucker, native to southwestern Michigan. 3-1. Inside paints the black. I'd really like to know who's doing it down there. Trying to identify voices. Makes softball unique in that regard.
Yes, it does.
Payoff pitch. She bowled that one across, and the 9-hole is aboard for the second straight at bat. Roth draws a 1-out walk. 4th inning, 3rd trip to the plate for Addie Miller. Hit by a pitch, advanced to 3rd, left stranded there in the 1st inning. Flew out fairly deep to center field in the 2nd. Miller hitting .361 entering today's contest. And the outfield backs up a few steps. She takes a strike. There you get a good look at some of the Defiance faithful in the grandstand. Gentleman's wearing his shades. I'm not sure if he's awake or not. The 0-1. Off speed. That was a nasty changeup. Popped up, and Chapetta will play it off the backstop.
Really good looking changeup right there. After the first pitch fastball for a strike, really pulled that and had her leaning.
Heading the count here 0-2. For being the joker on the team, Coach Guads tells me that she is. I'm watching Shirey here, and she's all business in that circle.
Yeah.
This one chopped down. She's one that I would like to talk to just to kind of measure a kid's personality, because they can be lots of different things depending on the situation, can't they?
Definitely. She probably is a jokester in practice, but now it's time to get down to business.
Yep.
Yeah, she's very stoic out there in that circle.
She looks locked in. Trying to deal an 0-2 pitch here. Comes home. Ground ball and diving stop on the infield by Lucio. She'll have to eat the softball. Just well placed and an infield single for Addie Miller. And the line keeps moving here for the Blue Devils. For the Bulldogs. Roth the second. Bella Rollison will stroll to the plate. Rollison, 1 for 1 with a walk and an infield single. Chops this one to third. Up. You show a pitcher's arm there off at third base for Rapp. Whew, that wasn't even close.
Yeah, that's
2 down.
great throw across the infield, and there too you can come back to the play there by the shortstop, diving and keeping that ball in the infield to play before.
Saves a run.
If not, you're first and third, and that's probably a run right there.
As it stands, everybody advances 40 feet, and we've been here before. Defiance with runners at second and third, but it will take a 2-out hit from Chloe Seiler to pick up some more insurance. Shirey, first pitch offering. Hits the black on the inside corner. Seiler 0 for 2. She has grounded out to short. She has popped out in foul territory to short. Lucio can cover some ground at shortstop. This one in the dirt. Nice stop by Chapetta. Liking the Italian names on the Springfield roster. Chapetta, Lucio. I don't think Espino is Italian, but it sure sounds good. 1-1. Off speed, and it scoots away from Chapetta. Ball in the dirt, and coming home to score on the wild pitch. Addie Roth now makes it 3-0 Defiance. So it didn't take a hit, just a good dirt ball read.
Yeah, nice read there. The ball down in the dirt. Yeah, Defiance is able to add on here. Just continue to look for more at this point.
You want to get greedy here, don't you?
Yeah.
Got a runner just 40 feet away. Seiler looking to pick up an RBI and double up their lead coming into this inning. 2-1. This one a shot right side, and it's through. Base hit. Miller will come home to score, and it's 4-0 Bulldogs.
Yeah, good job there staying on something out of the way and hitting it the other way and getting that RBI.
Now to plate the left fielder, number 14, Ellie Ward.
Well, they're trying to keep the line moving as Seiler aboard, and here's Ellie Ward. And I'll be curious to see if they put Seiler in motion here. Again, at 5'9", a long stride. And she's going, and it's a beauty to watch. That's a beauty of a throw, and she just does beat the tag. That's best on best right there.
Yeah, great jump there, and just a wonderful throw. Put it right on the bag, too, and just beat it.
Seiler comes up with her 13th stolen base of the season, and that throw was on the money. If that's anybody else, that's probably out number 3. But you just saw what I was talking about right there. Is this one a ground ball? There's probably going to be interference. Lucio comes up with it, and it's a moot point anyway. And that's going to be out number 3. So that will do it for Defiance here in the bottom of the 4th, but not before the Bulldogs add 2 more big insurance runs. They come on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. 4 in the books. We're inching our way towards the tail end of this one, folks. Bulldogs 4, Blue Devils nothing. You're watching DCTV Sports.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
In life, unexpected challenges can test us. If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, you deserve a team that understands. Because your story matters. Call Arthur Law Firm today. We'll fight for you every step of the way.
Top of the fifth. We're well past the halfway mark of this one. Defiance, 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Springfield, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and yet they have left 5 aboard this afternoon. Blue Devils have had their chances, but just haven't been able to crack that scoreboard. Yeah. Top of the fifth brings up the bottom of the order. 7, 8, and 9. Kralovic, Danny, and Fox.
Yeah, Springfield's had some traffic the last couple of innings, and now's the time. You're down 4-0. You got to break through here.
Leading off the top of the fifth, the first baseman is Kralovic.
So here's Kralovic digging in. No official at bat. Drew a walk back in the third. Normally, I would say, okay, you're looking at, in most cases, the third trip through the lineup. What adjustments do you make? But the bottom third here is just now stepping up for the second time in this ball game. Addie Miller does a strike. Chopped foul straight down in the dirt. And here we go again. Addie Miller ahead in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, she's done a great job today getting ahead, challenging hitters. Not messing around, just go right at them, especially with a 4-0 lead here.
You're kind of playing with house money at this point, aren't you? Not to say you get careless.
Right, but you need to learn to pitch with the lead, not get
tight.
Yes.
There's a changeup that's about 3 feet short of the plate. Miller. Body language right there. You notice how she's towing the rubber a little quicker here. Maybe a little bit upset with herself. Swing and a miss, and now she'll sow her oats. West Banco strikeout to lead off the Blue Devil fifth.
Yeah, nice job there after that ball in the dirt to just get right back on and not overthink it. Just go right at them and do what you've been doing most of the day here.
So here's Alex Danny digging in. 0 for 1. Lined into a 1-3 double play back in the third. And way out in front on that changeup. And the scout's out here. She knows who she's pitching to. And here's where if you're Danny now, you've got to adjust,
yes,
right?
You have to make an adjustment now. I think she got you to line out on the changeup last time. She starts you out with one there.
Brings the heat there, and the swing is just a little late. Second straight hitter now 0-2. Tell you what, these are 2 really proud, tradition-rich softball teams. I would love to see them get on each other's schedule.
Yeah, play every year.
Yep. Change up. She just caught a piece of it to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Look, I make the drive basically anytime I'm coming over here to do a game. It's about, I live 5 minutes away from Springfield High School. And it's about a 45 to maybe 50-minute drive. Now, I make a little bit better time than a yellow Bluebird boss. But point I'm getting at is it's an easy drive. And I think a lot of people would love to see these 2 programs play each other regularly. And I'll say this, too. Springfield, their softball complex is beautiful. It's not on campus. It's probably about a mile away, but it's kind of in a residential neighborhood, and it is fantastic. 1-2, swing and a miss. She got her elevated. It's another West Banco strikeout, and it's 2 away.
Right on the plate, the right fielder, number 10, Maddie Fox.
That is the 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Addie Miller. There's the difference between a power pitcher, like what we saw on the same field yesterday in a Kendra Waldron for Ayersville, and a pitch-to-contact pitcher like Addie Miller. And look at who's got zeros on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
You can do it in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, there's no one way to do it. You can be effective, and you just have to learn who you are.
Yep.
And learn what works for you.
And trust your defense. 1-0. And this is upstairs. It's going to be fun watching Addie Miller over the next 2 years. Now, she was asking where that missed. 2 balls and no strikes. Fox 1 for 1 with a double deep to left center field. Took a good hack there, but came underneath it. You can hear the chants coming from Springfield's dugout. Sky's getting a little gray again here. Swing, and I wasn't sure if that was foul tipped or she didn't catch any of it, but either way, it's strike 2. All right. Does Addie Miller have some room to work with here? Waste a pitch or just come at her? She comes at her.
Right at her.
Fouled straight back. However, if you're Fox, you also need to be thinking that changeup's out there somewhere.
And I would bet here it comes. A
Yep.
couple of fastballs in a row there, fouled that one straight back.
Addie Miller's changeup is like the shark in the movie Jaws. It's just kind of hovering around the surface, waiting to pop as she gets the swing and the miss here. And how about that? Capital K, capital K, capital K. Addie Miller strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. 4.5 are in the books. Defiance 4. Springfield nothing. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Westbanco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused Westbanco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
There's our Chamber of Commerce shot as we welcome you back to the bottom of the 5th. District Final, Division III softball playoff action on DCTV on a Sunday afternoon. Tell you what, before we go any farther, it was spur of the moment for everybody, folks. They couldn't play at Racer Park yesterday due to the weather. They made the decision to move the game about 24 hours later and location here to Defiance. It wasn't just the teams, it was our crew here at DCTV that all were agreeable to make a change at the last minute. As Josh Bush yawns, he was up until, 3 in the morning setting up everything? Either that or he was closing down an establishment that will remain nameless. But either way, everybody made an adjustment to their schedule. As first pitch swinging, line shot into the right center field gap. This is going to be extra bases for Aliana Stantz, a leadoff double for the freshman first baseman, and Defiance trying to keep the pressure on here in the bottom of the 5th. Well, she didn't go up guessing, and she got a pitch right in her nitrous zone.
Yeah, good swing right there. Stayed on it, drove it into the gap.
All right, I stand corrected. That was a pinch hitter, and that is Aliana King-Maeku. Aliana, peace and love. Didn't catch that as you stepped in. And look at this. Krebs is now moving to the left side to lay down a bunt. So, yep, and now I see number 9 as plain as day. So, Viviana, we will just throw ourselves at the mercy of your good-natured personality. And still, way to barrel it up and way to leg out a leadoff double.
Yeah, not like coming off the bench, getting the first pitch you see and driving in the gap for a double.
0-1 the count. Krebs squares to bunt, fouled away. We've talked about how tough it is to switch from natural right-handed swinger to slap hitter left side, but how about doing it within a game? She bunted from the right side in her first trip up, and now she's switched over. This one pop foul, and you can hear it bounce off the roof of the dugout here. You have excellent speed at second base in King-Maeku. Story Krebs trying to stay alive with an 0-2 count. By her own admission earlier this year when we had her up for a postgame, as she takes a run and holds back, I asked her how long it took for her to get comfortable or adjust to it, and guess what her answer was?
I would say a better answer was not very long.
A better answer and an honest answer was, I'm still not. That's exactly what she said. She goes, the coach tells me to bat left-handed, but she goes, I'm not comfortable with it yet. The 1-2, and she offers there and comes up empty, strike 3. That's a Westbank okay for out number 1.
Now to play the third baseman, number 21, Ruth Green.
It's not normal.
No.
Folks, if you have any idea what we're talking about, whether you're a right-hander or a left-hander, try it sometime. Try using your off or non-dominant hand to do anything, much less hit what in effect would be a 90-mile-an-hour softball.
Oh, and then as she's just trying to slap that, she's running from the back of the box to the front of the box, so she's taken 3 feet off of the travel of the ball.
It's incredibly difficult as Ruth Green digs in. A little late on this swing, fouls it away right side. Green legged out an infield single and scored 1 of 2 runs in the second, and then grounded out unassisted to my paisan, Adara Lucio, at shortstop. She kicked the cushion for the fielder's choice. That to end the third. She had a good hack there and fouled it away. All right, if you Shira, you're ahead in the count. We've only seen her for a couple of innings, and I don't have a real breakdown on her. What do you think you'll see? What are you looking for here if you're Ruth Green?
I think she's shown that she'll throw anything. I mean,
this one, a shot at second, gobbled up on one hop. What a play by Danny. She took a look at third. Credit, though, for King Maeku. She was moving on contact there, and there wouldn't have been a play at third.
Oh, that's a ball that I'm sure they're taught. When you're at second base, a ball that's at you or behind you, you're on the move, it's in front of you, you got to see it through. So she did a good job there seeing that behind her, and just a really nice play. That ball was scalded right at the second baseman.
And again, if you're Danny, take the percentage play there. There's 2 outs, and now it's going to take a base hit. Well, I can't say a base hit because what we saw a couple of innings ago was a dirt ball Reed that scored a run. But again, if you're Springfield, you're just playing to get that last out at first base. Ordway 0 for 2. She has struck out looking twice. Shira deals, got her on her front foot, popped up. Lucio's there. She's just pretty much automatic over at short this afternoon. So, despite the leadoff double, Defiance cannot bring the run home. No runs on a hit, no errors. King Maeku left stranded at third. 5 are in the books. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Defiance 4, Springfield nothing. You're watching DCTV Sport.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Little Pat Benatar and all fired up. Both these teams feeling just that way as we head to the top of the 6th at Defiance. Addie Miller, sophomore pitcher for the Bulldogs, has been exemplary, and she's been the recipient of just enough offense to give her some cushion. Down to their final 6 outs, and you've got to expect Springfield's going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the young hurler. Top of the 6th, top of the order. Slavin leads off and out in front on that dirty changeup, strike 1.
Yeah, that thing is slow, slow, slow. It almost looks like it backs up.
And as a hitter, you see that and you think she's made a mistake. She's missed. And then you realize it hasn't gotten to me yet. It still hasn't gotten to me yet. And I'm still waiting. And then she doubles up with that, making that mid to maybe semi-upper 50-mile-an-hour fastball look that much tighter.
Yeah, she does a nice job of pitching off of her changeup and attacking hitters with it.
1-0 on the count. Slavin 0 for 2. She has put the ball in the outfield in her previous 2 at-bats. This one a shot to second. Ross stays low on it. 1 away. Here's Chapetta. Chloe digs in 0 for 2. She's pulled the ball in her 2 at-bats. Grounding out to third, grounding out to short. Upstairs. Miller toes the rubber up. Sophomore on sophomore here. That one short hop Seiler. Wow, I'm looking down here for the first time in 1, 2, 3, 4. First time in 11 batters she's fallen behind in the count.
Yeah, that's a good job of pitching right there. And again, we've talked before, if you can get ahead of hitters, it just makes your job so much easier.
11 batters ahead in the count. 11 straight batters. 2-1 here. Chipetta entered today, solid 378 average. This one misses outside. Only one hit allowed so far this afternoon by Addie Miller, although she's a pitch away from a walk, and this one fouled away to make it 3-2. Only 5 base runners through 5 innings allowed by Miller. We'll wait for the payoff pitch again. Chipetta deep in the box. This one lifted into right field. Coming on is Rollison, and she makes the catch.
Had that played perfectly. Bella was in there, and that looked really routine.
Take a look at her. The kid is such a free spirit. I am telling you, and I mean free spirit. So good-natured. I've almost had to hide when I've walked into practice because anytime she sees me, she stops whatever drill they're doing, waves, smiles, and I'm like, I got to be a fly on a wall here. She's just very outgoing. 1-0 the count to Addie Rapp. 0 for 1 with a walk. 2 down here in the 6th. This one popped away. Alan, I was going to say, it's not that you need all 4 in this inning, but you are literally down now to your final 4 outs. You want at least something this inning if you're Springfield, don't you?
Yeah, you'd like to be able to break that seal right here and maybe just feel good about yourself a little bit right here.
The 1-1. Miller deals just a bit outside. I think Miller wanted that one. A little extra time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cocked her head sideways a little bit when she got the ball back. You could tell she really wanted that pitch.
2-1. This one misses upstairs. And here we go. 3-1 count. 3-ball count for the second batter. We haven't seen this much at all this afternoon. And right now, if you're Rapp, a walk will be every bit as good as a hit. Just find a way aboard. She fouls this one back, and we go to 3-2.
Yeah, good job of challenging right there by Addie Miller with a 4-run lead. It's 3-1. Here it is.
Why not? And even if she were to leave the yard, let's use that as an example, it's still a solo shot.
Right, and you're still up 3.
Yep. 3-2. Fouled away right side. We'll do it again. You'll constantly hear coaches say the solo shots don't hurt you.
Right.
It's the 2, 3, obviously more. So we saw Baby Shark Daniela Coble end the game yesterday with Hilltop, the grand slam. Payout pitch, got her swinging, strike 3, a West Bank okay. And if you want to call it an inning of struggle, yeah, she went to a 3-ball count to 2 hitters and gets a West Bank okay to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Defiance right now in command as we head to the bottom of the 6th. They lead 4-0. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit SuperiorCU.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Kennedy Shirey finishing her warm-ups. Chipetta goes down to second. Again, this is a Springfield team that had to replace, I might have inadvertently said 8 seniors from a season ago. Callan Chipetta, standout pitcher. Shortstop Cameron Hall, honorable mention All-State. Kenya Crowley was the Northern Lakes League Player of the Year in left field. Those are all college-level players.
Yeah, a lot of holes to fill, and to get back to and to think you've replaced that many starters and to get back to the district finals is just a wonderful
Absolutely.
job.
Shirey, just a sophomore, up-and-coming talent. As she will deal to the 9-hole. Addison Roth, who has been extremely productive out of that slot today. A double and 2 RBI, a walk, and a run scored. Looking at a 0-1 count here. This one a chopper off the mitt, deflected to Lucio, and the throw not in time. We almost saw a 1-6-3 putout. And again, you can't fault Shirey there. You're trying to field your position, but if she doesn't deflect that, I think Lucio makes the play.
Yeah, you know, instinct is that. I mean, it's easy to say now, but instinct is you just go after the ball.
Absolutely.
But a good job there by shortstop there to come and get it and make it really, really close.
Tell you what, I like Lucio here. She is just a little spark plug. Lineup turns over. Here comes Addie Miller. If you don't see her in the circle, you see her in the plate. She fouls this one up the third base line. Miller hit by a pitch in the first, flew out to center in the second, legged out an infield single, and scored 1 of 2 in the fourth. Bulldogs leading 4-0. Bella Rollison in the on-deck circle. Miller. This one a shot up the middle. It's got eyes and into center field for a base hit. Well, you're up 4-0, but you would feel awfully better if you could tack on a little more insurance if you're Defiance, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. That's what you're looking for here. You know, I don't know if you're asking Bella to bunt here, but you definitely need something to move runners over.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you trust your senior here to just make good contact, don't you? And are we going to have a meeting in the circle? Here comes Coach Quads. He's going to talk it over. And again, this is number one, probably how do you pitch to her? But this is also, everybody be aware of the situation.
Right.
If the ball finds me, you got to be thinking ahead of time, where am I going with it?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that's what more of this conversation is if she does this, make sure we're moving here. If we're doing this, if the ball comes to you, make sure we know where we're going. If we have a chance to get the lead runner, get her. But we got to make sure of an out.
Yep. No outs right now with runners at first and second. Rollison digs in. Walked in the first, infield single in the second, grounded out to third in the fourth. Down 4-0. Springfield really cannot afford to give away any more runs. Defiance looking to maybe put the stamp on this one. Shirey toes the rubber. It's kind of a get-me-over looking fastball, and it's there at the knees, strike one.
Yeah, good job of getting ahead.
Well, looking ahead for the Blue Devils in the bottom of the seventh, it will be 4, 5, and 6. Shirey, Espino, and Lucio, but they're going to need more than that. And the only question is how much will they need? She squares to bunt and chops this one straight down and foul. Strike 2. Outfield again, pretty much straight away, normal play depth. Espino a little deeper in left. The wind is picked up, and it is blowing out to that part of the park right now. The 0-2. This one, tomahawk, slow grounder to second and knocked down, but unable to clean it fieldly, and they forget about the runner rounding third. Roth will score to make it 5-0. And I think they're going to score that in error.
Yeah, that's an E4, and then just the confusion, but
that's a tough play because
of the base runner.
The runner's moving in front of you if you're Daney, and unfortunately she just kind of took her eye off the ball a little bit. And this is where you got to keep your head about you. But that is a huge insurance run for Defiance. Runners at first and second right now, and up steps Chloe Seiler, who could do a lot of damage with one swing.
Yeah, and this is where Defiance is thinking we really have a chance to put it away now.
Seiler, 1 for 3. Looking at an 0-1 count. Oh, this one laced deep into left field, and it's going to bounce off the base of the wall. It might clear the base paths. One run is home. They'll go ahead and wave Rollison around third. Seiler headfirst into third with what might be the killer. A 2 RBI triple to blow this game open now 7-0.
Yeah, just what Defiance is looking for right there. Big shot in the gap and great aggressive base running. Score all the way from first on the. Then a good job by Chloe to read that and never hesitate coming around second with a head first slide into third. Still in business.
She smoked that ball too. Absolutely crushed. This is your catcher, ladies and gentlemen, who just picked up her second triple of the season. And there's still nobody down. Here's Ward digging in. Chopper to third. It will score the run. Rapp, unloading a little frustration with a strong throw across the diamond. One away. Seiler scores, though, and it's now 8-0. And again, if you're Ellie Ward, that's a productive at bat.
Productive at bat. Got the run in. Really thought maybe they tried to come to the plate there to cut that run off, but as she was moving towards first, she took the sure out.
Defiance has exploded here in the bottom of the 6th with 4 runs. And this is Stance re-entering the ball game. Folks, I guarantee you this has not been an 8-0 ball game. This was really competitive. Just enough offense to give Defiance a reasonable lead. I wouldn't necessarily say a comfortable lead, but enough that you didn't have to grip too hard. But now they have put up as many in this inning as they had in the previous prior to lead at 8-0. And this one, another shot deep to left field, just past the outstretched glove of Espino. And standing up into second base, Stance with a one-out double. And here's where the third and even the fourth trip to the lineup now I think is starting to pay dividends.
Yeah, they're getting good looks right now, good swings, and you've seen some balls hit really, really hard this inning.
Well, and if you're Shirey, there isn't another pitcher to go to. So you got to find your way out of this. As Story Krebs will dig in, and they'll have her bat from the left side. Squares to bunt, misses. And Stance trying to bait a throw. And Danny going over to say enough. I'm going to have to ask Story if there's significance to her first name. That's a unique first name.
Yeah, it is.
It fits her. The 0-1. Tries to slap this one down. Strike 2. Well, Defiance has plated 4 runs on 3 hits, a crucial error. And what was a 4-0 game has ballooned into an 8-0 contest. And Shirey trying to hit the reset button, lock back in.
Yeah, now you're just trying to get out of this.
Fouled away. Well, the winner of this ball game advances to sectional semifinal action next Wednesday. It'll be a 2 o'clock first pitch at Newton Local High School against Western Brown. The 0-2. This one slapped up the third base line, and that's just perfectly placed. And that's a heads-up play by Rapp. She could have forced a throw, and it would have been probably off the wrong foot. She takes a look at third, but you know that the runner's advancing. And you just couldn't have thrown it. I don't know, what are they calling here?
Calling her out of the box.
Oh, my goodness. They're saying she was out of the box, and she's going to be called out. Okay, that's it. Stepped on the plate. Excuse me. So that's going to require the lead runner to retreat back to their previous bag, and Stance will have to go to second. Well, what looked like a well-placed, nearly perfect slap hit down the third base line, unfortunately for Story Krebs, is going to be recorded as an out. And there's 2 away. So here's Ruth Green digging in. 0-1. Green, an infield single and a run scored back in the second. She's grounded into a fielder's choice and a 4-3 putout just an inning ago. The 0-1. Chopper deep in the hole. Lucio dives and saves it on the infield. And a heads-up base running move by Stance to retreat. Well, I tell you what, Adara Lucio is just a little firecracker.
Yeah, again, a great play of getting down and keeping the ball in the infield, not letting a runner advance.
How many runs has she saved today?
Very nice-looking player out there.
So she keeps it on the infield. It will go down as an infield single, obviously, for Green. And pitch squirts away from Chapetta, and on the wild pitch, I'm assuming that's how they're going to score it. Both runners advance as Natalie Ordway digs in, looking for her first hit of the afternoon. Boy, this game has just absolutely changed in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, Defiance done a good job of really putting this thing away.
This one off the end of the bat, straight down into the turf. It's 0-2.
And now a base hit could end it.
True. 2 runs scored here. And, man, who would have thought this coming into the bottom of the 6th? I don't think anybody that's watched the first 5 innings. 1-1. Popped up. Playable. Lucio going back. Is she going to give way? It falls! And it's going to go ahead and score 2. Sliding in safely. And that is our runs 9 and 10. And Defiance wins via the mercy rule. Holy cow. And Natalie Ordway picks up a bloop double, 2 RBIs, and just like that, this one's over. Holy cow. 6 runs here in the bottom of the 6th, and the Bulldogs pick up a 10-0 win, and they have advanced to next week's regional semifinals. Wow.
Yeah, like I said, I think if you look at this game, 4-0, it was a tight 4-0, and then just to put that away like that, it just takes a couple of big hits. And
what happened? We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll wait for the post-game medal awards, and we'll try and grab a couple of players for our post-game interview, but I think it's pretty safe to say if we have to corral her, if we have to sling her over our shoulder, we're going to get sophomore pitcher Addie Miller up here because it started on the circle, or in the circle today, and she got a ton of help offensively as Defiance makes it a 10-0 mercy rule victory over Springfield. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with your postgame right after this. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
Or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with
West
Arthur.
Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. Past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at Midwest Community. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding, 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit SuperiorCU.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Back at Defiance, the post-game medals and recognitions being given out here. First for Springfield. Again, folks, this is a team that played for a state championship in 2 of the last 3 years. They were runner-up last season. They had to replace 8 seniors, the bulk of which went on to play college ball last year. And, look, Alan, as you mentioned it, you had a lot of players, even the seniors, that didn't see a lot of time on the field last year, and we've talked about this before. Untested doesn't mean untalented, but inexperienced. And what they did and the way they righted the ship and peaked toward the tail end of the season, again, there are a lot of teams that would have loved to have been playing in the district final here this afternoon. And I think if you are a member of the Northern Lakes League, you better keep an eye on Springfield softball next season.
Yeah, I think you better. There's a lot of tears over there on that first base line right here, but that comes with an expectation that the program is set.
Sure.
And there's nothing to be disappointed about when you replace all those players and you're still able to get to the district final. That's a tremendous year, and there's never any reason to hang your head when you have a chance to compete for a district title. And yeah, you're definitely right, Brent. This is a team that is going to put people on high alert with all the talent they have coming back.
Well, and again, what's the old saying? There's only 7 teams in the state that finish their season with a win, and that's going to be your state champions. But Defiance today rode the right arm of sophomore pitcher Addie Miller. She throws 6 innings, allows just 1 hit, no runs. She only walked a couple, and she struck out 6. She did hit 1 batter, but she didn't need to do it all by herself. Again, 6 strikeouts, that's good, but she pitched to contact today, and her defense was more than up to the challenge.
Yeah, really good defensive game for Defiance, and then early on some timely hitting, and then they really were able to blow it open and put the game away there late. But, yeah, Addie just did a great job of being who she was and competing and putting her team in the right position.
Offensively, my goodness, it was 4-0 going into the bottom of the 6th. Defiance gets 6 runs on 6 hits to end it via the mercy rule. Addie Miller did it with her arm. She also did it with her bat. 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored today. Bella Rollison, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Chloe Seiler, 2 for 4 out of the 3-hole with 3 RBI, including a 2-run triple. Ellie Ward goes 1 for 4. Aliana Stantz, 1 for 3. Viviana King-Mayeku, who basically pinch hit for her, and then Stantz re-entered, going 1 for 1. Story Krebs 1 for 4. Ruth Green 2 for 4. Natalie Ordway 1 for 4 with 2 RBI. Those are the 2 to end the game. And how about this? Addie Roth out of the 9-hole. 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. So every Bulldog, even the pinch hitters today that stepped up, picked up at least 1 hit.
Yeah, big contribution by the entire offense. It wasn't just top of the order, bottom of the order. It was the entire team, and they just were relentless here offensively today and put a ton of pressure on Springfield.
Well, the Blue Devils finish a strong season at 15-12 overall. They finished 7-8 in the Northern Lakes League. The Bulldogs now 14-11. This doesn't affect, obviously, their Western Buckeye League record, but they were in second place to finish the regular season at 8-1. But more importantly, they survive and advance. So they will hop on the bus and wear the uniforms next week. It will be Wednesday, a 2 o'clock first pitch at Newton Local High School. They will take on Western Brown in the regional semifinals as they all gather for a pick there, and they can smile as their feet probably won't be touching the turf or the ground for that matter for at least the next 24 hours. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to go try and gather up a couple of those Blue Devils and bring you some post-game interviews. Don't go anywhere. 10-0 our score as Defiance defeats Springfield. Back with more right after this. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Ball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
Or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
In life, unexpected challenges can test us. If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, you deserve a team that understands. Because your story matters. Call Arthur Law Firm today. We'll fight for you every step of the way.
Westbanco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused Westbanco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding, 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
Back at Defiance, the postgame rolls on here. They had to play about 24 hours later than expected. They had to move locations as well. A little home cooking did these two and the Bulldogs just fine. Look, this was a tight ball game going into the bottom of the sixth. It's 4-0. You guys have, I don't know if I'd call it a comfortable lead, but one that allowed you to kind of play a little free and easy. And then all of a sudden, boy, fourth trip to the lineup, and you just explode. And who would have expected the mercy rule? 10-0 against a good Springfield team. I know down there on the field, all the pictures, your agents are waiting to sign contracts for you, and it's been a million times. We'll make it a million one up here. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Good, thank you.
It feels amazing. I love it. This is amazing.
Just amazing, and you still have more to play. I'm going to bring your microphones up just a little bit more. Addie, she's not normally that soft voiced, is she?
Not really.
No, not really. All right, so let's start. Anna, let's start with you here today because your stuff was on. You strike out 6. You only give up 1 hit. Your changeup was dirty today. And I mean, there was dirty, and then I think there was dirtier. Was that the game plan to pitch off your soft stuff?
So beginning of the off season, I went in with my circle change, and Coach Brooklyn, she's like, I want to change something up. And she was like, do a flip change. I did it all in my career. Like, let's do it. And I was like, okay, we'll have both. And we brought it out this tournament because no one's going to know it's coming. Like, like when you're watching us, like you don't see that. But when we bring it out, it's really going to throw hitters off of their balance, and I think it did that today.
You had them swinging out of their shoes earlier today. Now, she did make a trip out, what was it, about the 4th or maybe the 3rd inning to talk over, I think, mechanics with you. What was the adjustment there?
Just with my curveball, I got to get tight. Sometimes I'm leaving it behind a little, which will cause it to go all over the place, but just to stay tight and just relax a little, especially in these tight games.
You looked like you had your stuff going early. Did it feel like it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Addie, we were here early in the year. I think it was for the Tenora game, and things kind of got away from you. I've seen a progression in you throughout the year. Can you talk about how, just playing through the year and knowing that you're going to be the person in the circle has changed your mindset toward your preparation?
Yeah, I definitely have more confidence from the beginning of the year. I mean, I want to say that Tenora game, like, it definitely, like, kind of lost a lot of our confidence and with everything because that wasn't ideal. And then just getting confidence back and definitely getting back at it.
Oh, because an old phrase, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Right.
Chloe, where is this team and its mindset right now?
I feel like we've improved so much throughout the season, and we're all collectively like coming together and playing as a team. And I feel like overall, like skill-wise, we all like honed in our skills, and we're doing amazing now.
Well, another day to practice is another day to improve, right? You expect to be a better team at the end of the year than the beginning of the year. Look, everybody that stepped into the box today, even the pinch hitters, had at least 1 hit or reached base today. And Natalie saves her best for last and hits a bloop single into shallow left field that ends up scoring the 2 runs that make the mercy rule. But, Chloe, I'm looking down at you. You're 2 for 4 with 3 RBI, and you scorched that last pitch. I thought it had a chance to get out of here.
Yeah.
Walk us through that at bat. What were you sitting on, and did you get what you were thinking?
I did not think I was going to get that. I'm pretty sure it was an off-speed pitch that I ended up hitting. And I was just, my mindset was just see ball, hit ball, just get the ball in play so I can get on base.
You look like you're a little bit more compact. You talked to me the last time we had John about improving your load later in the season. Walk us through how you've done that. And that was obviously maybe an area of focus for you.
Yeah. I've been standing up through my swing recently, so I'm focusing on staying down and just get my hands and knob to the ball.
Makes sense, huh, Coach?
Yeah, well, whatever adjustment you made, keep it up. Again, this is like the 3rd or 4th time that I've gotten the opportunity to see you guys play. Chloe, I love the energy that you play with, how you control the game behind the plate, but just how hard you play and run the bases. Coming into the year, is that something that somebody talked to you about, or have you always been that way?
I feel like I've always been this person that's just, I'm always running all the bases. I'm trying to steal as much as I possibly can.
I can hear Bella Rollison chirping. Okay, we got to ask, because it sounded like a bird call for a couple of innings down there. It was no words. It was just a lot of hooping. Where did that one come from?
I mean, we just got to get the energy high. I mean, that's it.
I think it's us two, Bella Rollison and then Ellie Wood. And we're just screaming random noises.
So literally there's no rhyme or reason to it? You just start yelling things randomly?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes we just like yell ball. And then we just, I don't know.
Whatever it is, it's working,
right? It works, yes.
All right, so mindset-wise now, you have earned the right to wear that uniform one more time. You're going to take a long bus ride. You're going to play a quality opponent. There are no weak sisters at this point in time of the season. But you're 2 games away from potentially making a trip to Akron. What's your approach next week? And more specifically, mentally, how do you guys stay locked in?
I feel like to stay locked in, we just got to focus on our skills, play our game. And Coach has been preaching recently that we're focusing on ourselves and not the other team. It's what we can do, and it's not what they do. So.
Got to stay aggressive and also do the little things right, because that's what's going to win us the games. If we let 2 balls go in the infield and get some errors, like, they're gonna take advantage of that, and we just need to dial in on those mistakes and just gotta attack.
All right. I believe the rest of your teammates are huddled up down the left field line, so we will let you go partake in some more fun. Congratulations to you both. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Congratulations, girls.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick time out as all the thank yous are going here. We're going to thank our sponsors one more time and then put a wrap on our postgame. Don't go anywhere. Defiance 10, Springfield nothing. You're watching DCTV Sport. From Balbinot alongside the coach Alan Magg as we put the finishing touches on a post game here that we didn't anticipate we were going to be doing this afternoon. But again, with the rain basically washing out Racer Park down at Lima yesterday, just simply unplayable not only yesterday but today. Both teams agreed to bump it back about 24 hours and move location right back here at Defiance. And what was a 4-0 ball game going into the bottom of the 6th, all of a sudden turns into a 10-0 mercy rule. Snap of the fingers. And this is a quality Springfield team that came in very battle-tested, ladies and gentlemen, but Defiance just had a little too much in almost every area of the game this afternoon. And with it, they advance to next week's regional semifinals. Alan, final thoughts here as we wrap up, but you heard two very mature young ladies for their age, but they both said the same thing. We're going to focus on ourselves. We will obviously, they'll get a scout. They'll figure out what they need to do. But at this point in time of the season, you don't really have to reinvent the wheel, do you?
No, you don't. I think, the Defiance coaching staff and the Defiance girls know what they do well, and that's what they're going to go out and do. And, hopefully for them, it's good enough at the end of the day, and they could just continue to get a chance to keep on playing.
Well, they get the opportunity to, and it doesn't get any easier. Look, the sludge is gone at basically starting even last round, but especially now you're talking a couple of wins away. How do you make sure that the moment doesn't get too big? We're talking about the scout and preparing for an opponent. Everybody knows what's on the line here, and you can say it's just another game, but at the same time, there's bound to be maybe just a few nerves to start. Do those get played out maybe after the first inning?
Yeah, I definitely think so. The girls are going to be nervous, and there's no reason to tell them not to be.
Sure.
It's just all part of it, and I think if you're not nervous, you're not a competitor. You know what's at stake, and so but they're gonna get into the game, and I would say after that first inning, they're going to settle in, and it's just going to be softball then.
I'm thinking of Coach Rick Heller, who used to say nervous means you're ready. Scared means you're not. He goes, I'll take nervous. Scared, I'm going to bench you. So there's a big difference, and sometimes maybe I think that gets overlooked.
Yeah, it does. And, again, like I said, when you coach long enough, you play long enough, you're going to get nervous before big games. If you don't get nervous before big games, you shouldn't be doing it. That's why you do it. This is why you do it, to play in these big moments, and I think they're going to be ready to play.
With that said, they will move on to regional semifinal action next week. We got a long slate of ball for you, baseball and softball next week, so we invite you to stay tuned and stay abreast of where we're going to be going with regard to our social media at DCTV. But, Alan, appreciate you making very short plans to turn around and come right back here again, and we saw a good one this afternoon.
Yeah, well, it was definitely a good game. It was worth the call, and, just the best wishes to Defiance down the trail.
Big thank you to our staff, everybody, our camera operators, our producers, all making a basically half a day's change to get this one on the air for you. Also, a big thank you going out to our sponsors for helping make the broadcast a possibility. And as always, you, the fan, for tuning in. Final score again here this afternoon. Defiance District Final Champions, a 10-0 win over Springfield. I'm Brent Balbinot. You've been watching a presentation of DCTV Sport.